Hey YouTube, and today is a review day, and this is a review of a tobacco that was given to me by two YouTubers. It was given to me by Martyn, flankertanker, his channel's great obviously, and also piperjoffuk, another excellent YouTuber, and I shall put both their details in the bucket below. It's worth looking at. Both of them produce brilliant videos, and more importantly, they're both nice men. And the tobacco they both gave me was Latakia Junction. And Latakia Junction is made by John Patton for 4 noggins. Now, what can we say about this tobacco? Well, it's a Latakia Virginia with some Turkish and cigar leaf. Now apparently it has 50% latakia, and which I'm somewhat dubious about, but I would say I've enjoyed this tobacco. It's very pleasant. As usual, I'm halfway through the bowl, and I'll put it down so we can have a look at the tobacco. Right, there we go. Now, like I said, it has latakia, Virginias, Turkish, with some cigar leaf. Now, when you smell it, you get a quite pleasant, mild campfire smell, and it is a proper campfire smell. Very pleasant, and you get some sweetness coming through, but not overly sweet. Tones of mushrooms with hints of the leather. It's not a strong leathery smell. It's, yeah, I'd say slightly more mushroomy in this blend than leather. And you get very subtle hints of the cigar. It's not overpowering. It's just there to add a touch of spice to the mix. Now, all in all, I'd say it was pleasant. Now, looking at the tobacco and feeling it, you've got some dark tones. You see hints of the cigar in it, but it's not too much of it. The Virginias look quite nice. I'd say it was a coarse cut. It's quite in quite small pieces with some longer strands. All in all, it's not the best looking tobacco, but I've seen worse. It's quite dry to the touch, and that is one advantage of it. It's got almost like a powdery residue on it. It won't really pick up on this, but there are tiny little specks of almost like a dust gathering on the glass. I think there, you can pick it up on my finger. You'll see what I mean. It's almost like snuff, and it feels slightly powdery in the hand. Now, when I first lit this, as I shall relight now with orange lighter, which was a nice easy light by the way, and it stayed lit well. I've smoked a few bowls of this now on this occasion. I smoked all the stuff that piperjoffuk UK gave me, and I enjoyed it. Strangely, I think this time it tasted slightly different. Whether it's just the inconsistency in the batch, but both times they were quite pleasant. The first time I smoked it, I noticed the cigar more. Now, as usual in a review, I'm halfway through the bowl, almost finished in fact. Now, you got those slight sweetness from the Virginias, and a hint of Turkish. And then as the pipe warmed up, you got more of the latakia. Then the latakia came through very well, with very nice tones of the cigar coming through. Not overly strong. I would have preferred to have a slightly stronger cigar leaf in it. Maybe, I think it would have worked slightly better with a Maduro leaf in it. The Maduro and the latakia I think would have worked slightly better. But all in all, I think for the balance of the tobaccos and how it's blended, they've done quite well. It's not completely balanced, but it's almost there. I think with a touch of tweaking it could be slightly better though. Slightly more, I prefer slightly more Turkish in it, and a slightly different cigar leaf. Now for many of us who've been smoking longer, slightly longer, some of us will remember the Dunhill blend, Mr. Alfred's Own, and that was a latakia Oriental with Virginias with a cigar leaf in it, but they had a Cuban cigar leaf in it, and it is probably one of the best pipe tobaccos I've ever had. But sadly, when they closed down the Dunhill mixing rooms, all those kind of blends ended, and I kind of miss them. Talking about blends that were discontinued, one of them from the Dunhill range is coming back. It will probably come back towards the end of summer, but I'm really looking forward to it, and it's this Dunhill Elizabethan mixture. Sadly, this is an empty tin, and one of the few I have left now. If anybody's got a tin without a health warning on it, I'd really love one. Or any of the other older Dunhill tins. I haven't got a Mr. Alfred's Own anymore, and I'd love one of them. Well, when it comes out I will review Elizabethan mixture. It's probably one of the best vapours I've ever had. Now onto the tobacco in hand. Now funny enough it went out then because it's near the end, but on the relight you get that sweetness come back, and it's quite a pleasant sweetness. Now I've noticed as it's coming towards the end I'm picking up more of the Turkish. It's the Turkish and the cigar leaf working with the latakia, and I'm not getting as much of the Virginias as I was. Now it's quite a pleasant mouthfeel. It's not very creamy, but it's got a nice level of cream. Now I find these kind of blends, the smell of them, very pleasant. You get more of this, funny enough I'm getting hints of the cigar coming through very well on the room note, and that is very pleasant, because cigars always remind me of my uncles, who were regular cigar smokers, and it gave me my love of cigar smoking. I started smoking cigars when I was 18 years old, and continue to smoke them now. My favourites are Cubans, but I smoke many others. Let's give this a gentle tamp with my Nathan Campbell tamper. Now all in all, I think this was a very pleasant tobacco, and I was quite surprised by it. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. It's definitely worth ordering. It's not in the top run of the Latakia blends, but it's pretty damn nice. And I'd be quite pleased to get this again. And probably in further trading in the future, I shall be trying to get some. Now, beer choice. Beer choice I found was very crucial with this. I did not want to choose another stout, because being on the medium side to the latakia and the cigar, I didn't want to overwhelm that taste. So I chose a slightly dark ale, something with a bittersweet flavours that I think will give some contrast, something with some dry tones that will complement the Turkish as well in it, and the cigar. So I have chosen Black Sheep Ale. This is produced in Yorkshire in England. Then it's very nice. A very pleasant tobacco beer. Always worth a go. And I've chosen a beer by one of Britain's oldest brewers. They have been brewing beer since the year 1698, and I think it's their flagship beer, and that is Shepherd Neame's 1698. It's a very pleasant ale, this. It's a strong cask conditioned ale, and it's got some lovely tones that will again give you a nice contrast. This time I think it would pick up more with the Virginias and give some nice tones to the latakia. A nice alternative that would be. You could choose a stout. Pick something lighter, I'd say pick a Murphy's stout, or pick something on the lighter side of the stouts rather than anything too heavy. Yeah, I'd say definitely buy this one. And it's finally died. I'm still getting over this cough, but it's nearly gone now though. It's pleased me a lot. Oh well. See ya.